Hey everyone, for my video blog post today, I'm actually explaining how to organize and realize the colors of ink pads that you have. I started this because I was doing a couple projects, and I mean, like, the ink colors on the top of the ink pads were not matching the actual ink of the ink pads, and it was driving me absolutely insane. So, what I'm actually going to show you guys is how to use the Tim Holtz, actually it's the Ranger Company's ink pad, I guess you would say index sheets. As you see, I already started with the distress inks. These are all the ones that I have. All the whites are obviously the ones that I don't have. There's the alcohol inks. The alcohol inks are the little bottles. Have to make one for one of those. Here's the archival inks, which are these guys. I love these. They're completely waterproof after they dry and everything else. And I have quite a few of them, so gotta make one for that. Random inks, inks that I only have like one or two of. I guess I should have started out saying that I have all of my inks in a drawer system. Like the Tim Holtz Distress inks and the Studio Inks are in one drawer, so on and so on. So the random inks are in the bottom drawer, and they're just like a couple of this brand, a couple of that brand, a couple of pretty much every brand. So and those are the worst. You know, the color swatch on the top of them never matches the color ink, and it's driving me insane. So doing one for that. Doing one for these little guys, the Studio G inks. These you cannot find online. I made these on InDesign, which I'll give you guys the file link for them so you can download them as well. Stampin' Up inks. I have quite a bit of those. It's going to sound so bad. I hardly ever shop with Stampin' Up. I actually almost never shop with Stampin' Up. How I get my Stampin' Up stuff is basically from local scrapbooking swaps and everything else like that. I'll buy the inks used. Somebody else buys them thinking they're going to use them. They never use them, so I end up buying brand new ink pads for 50 cents to $1 a piece, and I do a happy dance. So I have a lot of these. Wendy, can never say her last name, came out with her own archival inks and started my collection of hers. I love her. She's got different colors than the actual Ranger Company does, even though they are Ranger. Like, this is her Orange Blossom versus Monarch Orange. They're completely different colors. The dye ink pads. And then, so how I do it is, this is how I also store my stamps. I have my inventory management binder. I'm a total nut, I'm telling you. It's this guy. Alright, it's a 3-inch binder, and it stores like a swatch of every reusable item, stores a picture of all the stamp sets I own, all of the woodblock stamps, all the embossing folders. It stores everything. So whenever I have a question of when I'm designing something and I need to know what I have on hand, what I have in my inventory, I pull out this handy dandy little binder. My husband calls it my OCD checklist, and it goes from there. So as you can see, clear stamps, have my little things on the side, go through. These are my woodblock stamps. These are my embossing folders. I actually took a blue swatch and I went ahead and embossed each one and then inked it, so I know exactly which ones I have. And then this is gonna be where the inks are, the ink color. So as you see, the stress, everything else. Eventually you're gonna see stickles in here, and yes, I'm gonna go as crazy as putting a little itty bitty swatch of each washi tape I have in here. And there's actually a reason for it. Me and my mom, we do a lot of, like I said, the scrapbooking swaps. There's a big swap over by us that's got a big flea market, and people come and they bring their stuff and they put it on a table and they sell it for like next to nothing, like pennies on the dollar for what they bought it for, and we go completely bonkers. Well, the problem we were having was we were coming home going, oh my gosh, we already had this one. So we end up having doubles. Luckily, most of the time she doesn't have it or I don't have it, so we just, you know, give it to each other. but it's getting out of hand. You know, we have a lot of stuff, but we're buying a lot of stuff, and you know, for a scrapbooker, you understand, we must have it all. So what I'm ending up doing is, once these are done, I'm actually going to scan these into my computer and then send them to my iPad. So I will have a digital version of this book, and I will update it whenever I update my paper book, because wherever I go, I have my iPad. And once, you know, I have the PDF version of this, if I'm in the store like at Michael's or Joann's going, oh my gosh, do I have the stamp set or not? You know, it's on clearance. I need to get it right now. And I'll just go through my iPad and go, yeah, all right, I have this one. Don't worry about it. So once I get to that point, I'll make a video on that as well, because it's a lot easier. It's so much easier that way. So basically what you do is you have this little handy dandy guy. This is my inky towel. Everything that I have goes back onto the towel. I was wasting a lot of paper towels, so that works good. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my archivals. I actually have my Monarch Orange. I use a dot stamp. I don't know what brand this is. I don't know where it came from. I probably got it at one of the swaps. But what you do is you print out your little archival ink sheet. All right. The name is right on the ink pad, what it is. So you find it on the sheet, and you stamp the color, and then I hurry up and wipe it off, because you know I don't want to mix my inks, especially on this paper, as this is my, if I'm working on a page that needs yellows or oranges, but I don't exactly know what orange I want, this is the page that I'm going to turn to, so I don't want to mix any of the colors up. Other than that, this is really easy. You just go through, like she's got a different, Wendy's got a different sheet from Ranger. This is her whole collection. So so far I only have 3 of the 6, but her 3 ink pads will go on their own sheet. Other than that, random inks, I'll go through, open each ink pad, except for when I do this one, with the randoms, I'm actually going to write the name of it underneath, so I know what it is. Now this is still by Ranger. I don't know when they introduced these, but I do love the colors that are inside of them. So, and they're still juicy, but it's probably been a good 5, 6, if not more years than that since I bought these. But it's alright, they still work, and they're going to go onto their own sheet. If you have any questions, you can leave it in a comment, you can message me, you can do whatever else you need to get your questions answered. I will have the links for these printables. And the ones I made, I'll also have a link for, so you're able to go ahead and just download them, print them out, and start your own organization, because it's going to make your life so much easier. Have a good day. Bye.